see if technology works for me tonight. Yay! That's so exciting. Oh, all right. There we are. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. I'm Shannon with Paper Delights. I do paper crafts and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but mostly I just love coming on and being creative and sharing ideas with you guys, and hopefully that stirs your imagination and encourages and motivates you to get in your craft room and have fun, do something creative. So tonight is the first day of October, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And breast cancer affected our family and me in particular. And I wanted to do some cards and talk a little bit about how I came to Stampin' Up! And it was partly my journey with breast cancer that, got me started in all of this. So I was given this stamp set by a dear friend, and so we're going to be using some of these. I love this sentiment. Courage does not always roar. Sometimes it is the quietest voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow. I love, 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 love that saying. So we are going to do that. So my journey began, this is our first card we're going to do. My journey began in summer of 2017. It was the year of me. That summer or that year, I dropped 70 pounds. I was exercising. I was really focused on my health. And while I was doing that, of course, you've got news feeds that come up on Facebook and all the sorts. And I was a very large chested woman. I was an H cup. I think that's one of the largest cups you can get at the regular boutique without having to go and get specialty bras. So I was on the cusp of needing specialty bras. I was quite chesty. And a friend had posted that, who was younger than I was, had posted that she had recently been diagnosed with breast cancer. And there was just something about her post. Don't know what it was. You can call it whatever you like, but there was something about her post that really stuck with me. And I thought, you know what? This is the year of taking care of myself. I'm going to go, for shits and giggles, I'm going to go and have a mammogram. I was, well, let's see, I'm 47, so 6, 5, 4, like 44. So like not the typical time that, people start having mammograms here in Canada anyway. So for shits and giggles, I went and had a mammogram. Well, long story short, speed it up. In August of 2018, while my family and I were on a trip to Grand Manan, I got the news that I had breast cancer. So needless to say, that really sucked all the joy at the end of our trip. And funny enough, we were supposed to go back to the same cottage this summer to celebrate me being healthy and, have our experience there and on a positive note. But then COVID came along and changed all those plans. So we didn't exactly get to the beach. But it's okay. We're going to do that next year. So I had been introduced to card making through another coworker. Sorry, I'm just trying to decide where I'm going to put this because I wanted to do this and I'm going to do this. I was introduced to, sorry, I'm changing my mind as we're talking here. My ideas was kind of like this and like this. What do we think? This way? Courage at the bottom or courage in the middle? You tell me. Courage at the bottom or courage in the middle? In the middle or on the bottom? Waiting to see what you guys say, if anyone has an opinion. Hey, Laura. Do we like it? Middle. Okay. So I'd started doing cards, going to Marianne's to do cards with her and her ladies. And I was sort of introduced to it, and that's when I'd found out. And the ladies were so lovely. And even while I was doing treatments, they would often reach out to me. I don't know if you knew this, Marianne, but Monique and Barb actually reached out to me a couple of times to see how I was doing and to send me well wishes and all of that. And hi, Christy, to send me well wishes and to check in on me and see how I was doing. And while I was recovering and, you know, dealing with depression and all the side effects of all the treatments and everything like that, they were encouraging me to keep crafting because they knew that I loved it so much. And I had some slight neuropathy, and neuropathy from the chemo, it means that the sensitivities in your fingers are lessened. It's usually your fingers and your toes from the chemo. Mine wasn't too bad, but I found that the more I started to work on the paper crafts and the fine details, the better it was. Like, it helped. It was part of my recovery. And so I found that I could come and sit at my craft table and do my crafting and feel like I was accomplishing something in a day and all that good stuff without really exhausting and completely overdoing it. So then it just sort of went on from there. And so I decided that I wanted to be a demonstrator. I wanted to share my joy of crafting and how much joy it gives to other people when you sell beautiful, you know, send beautiful cards in the mail. I wanted to share that with other people too. So this is an amazing group of ladies. So if ever you decide you would like to be a demonstrator, please come and join our team. They are so lovely. I can't even begin. So the reason why you're seeing 2 ribbons is this is to represent metastatic breast cancer, because breast cancer doesn't kill. Okay, let's just be clear on that. Breast cancer itself does not kill you. It is the metastatic breast cancer. It is when breast cancer has gone past the lymph nodes and typically goes into brain, bones, and blood, I believe, are the main ones. I have my notes, but I'd have to flip. And metastatic breast cancer, women who are diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer typically only have a 5-year lifespan. And so research needs to be done on metastatic breast cancer. It's why is it that sometimes breast cancers, the cancer from your breast, is traveling to other places? You know, what's the cause of that, and what can we do to try and stop that? And so their colors are pink and black, right? And so that is why we have these 2 ribbons to represent that. The pink ribbon and the black ribbon. So we're going to tape these up. Like that. There we go. So this month I will be doing things a little bit differently. We will be focusing on instead of doing Throwback Thursdays, I think we might do pink and black cards to represent metastatic breast cancers. Metastatic breast cancer, I have a 20% chance within the first 2 years after my treatments, even though everything is good, they caught it all, you know, all the surgery was successful and everything, I have a 20% chance of developing metastatic breast cancer. And so every ache in your hip, every headache, every little ooh and ah that you get, I know I do, I instantly think there's there's some, like, it's traveled to my bones or it's gone to somewhere else, right? So if you're ever interested in more details, my notes are all from the Canadian Cancer Survivor Network, okay? So I'm reading from their myths and their tips and all of those kinds of things. But like I said, it's the metastatic breast cancer that is underfunded and often are underreported. So women who are passing away from cancers, like I said, it's usually brain, bone, let me see, what does it say here? Brain, bone, I cannot find the other one where I put it, sorry. Anyway, those aren't necessarily being quantified as deaths caused by breast cancer. Does that make sense? So, and metastatic breast cancer is the second leading cause of death in women in post-puberty and premenopausal. And so the best way to deal with it is with early screening. So, because that's one of the myths. It's not the disease of our grandparents anymore, right? It's women in their 20s and 30s and 40s who are developing really devastating cancers. Like it's those younger women that seem to be developing level 3 and level 4 breast cancers. So I'm going to get liver. Hey Nada, what's the color for liver cancer? Because every cancer has their own color. I don't know what the color is for liver. So this card here, sorry, I got a bit off track. I'm just making cards and talking. So this card here, I stamped. This is a multi-layered type. I must admit, I don't have as much patience with these types of stamps, but I'm working on my patience. And so I did a bunch and then punched it out because I wanted to have some of the flowers. So, and we're going to take one of the quotes here. I didn't see what you said about, yeah, liver cancer. Did they have a color? I don't know if they do or not, but usually most cancers all sort of have their own color, so to speak. So younger and younger women are being diagnosed with breast cancer, and it's really changing a lot of things, right? So like, for example, there was a time when you would go for your cancer treatments and it would be just a plain waiting room. Now these hospitals and these places are having to adapt by adding play areas for younger children, because women are coming to these centers for treatment with young children. So it's not the cancer of your grandmother anymore. So all of the money raised in the page, well, all the proceeds from that page, because everything was sort of donated to me, are going straight to metastatic breast cancer research. So, and a lot of women who are survivors of breast cancer, October is often really challenging for them. Kidney cancer. Yeah, I'd have to double check, Nada. I can't remember exactly. October is difficult for a lot of people because a lot of survivors. Some people prefer to refer to themselves as thrivers. Everyone's journey is so different, right? And how they want to, what language they want to use. It's so personal, right? There is a lot of pink wash with breast cancer. And I posted a little bit about it in my regular Facebook, but it's really disheartening because a lot of companies, there was a book called Pink Ribbon Blues that won some awards and a critical acclaim because they took a look at the industry of this pink washing, basically, because you don't have to have, anyone can use the pink ribbon. There's no trademark to it. Now, some companies have, you know, special designs or whatnot have trademarked it, but for the most part, anyone can put a pink ribbon on it and claim it's for breast cancer. And so companies will say that it's for breast cancer research, but the money is very, very difficult to follow or to trace, and often those organizations are not seeing the monies that these companies are claiming that they're going to donate. And so many women with breast cancer, this is a difficult month for them because of all of this pink washing that's going on, right? Because it's a reminder of something that we went through, and that, you know, a reminder that we're not the same as we were. And it's also frustrating because we know that the companies, the organizations that could really use the funds to help with research and things like that aren't getting it, and that it's these companies that are benefiting off of this pink wash, so to speak. So what can you do? Support local people, right? Because if you know the people locally, they're more likely to be honorable and to make the donations directly to the organizations, or support the organizations directly, right? Send it directly to the Metastatic Breast Cancers or Foundation, or the Terry Fox. They've got amazing research with tons of different kinds of cancers and stuff. Or donate it to someone who's actually going through treatment right now. It is so costly, right? So let's see. Today I went for blood work because I'm in lockdown or in quarantine because I have to have an infusion done next week. So, and I'll get back to that in a second. But just to park was $12. And if you had, so someone who has radiation, who has to go to radiation every day for a month, and you have to pay $12 every time you go. Now, you can get a pass, and it does help to reduce the cost. But if you think that if you have to pay $12 every time you go to an appointment, it adds up, right? So, you know, if you know someone that's going through treatments right now, send them the money, right? Don't be fooled by the pink wash that some organizations are doing, because it's been proven that you can't follow, that they're not always reputable, and you can't always follow. Now, that being said, there are some organizations that do support and do make donations, and I will try and post those organizations for you so that you can make informed choices when purchasing. I'm just sort of talking and gluing. I hope you guys don't mind tonight. Let me see. I think liver is green. All right, thank you. I feel like I kind of need something over here. There we go. There we go. I like that one. Life is tough, but so are you. You got this. All right. Last one. All right. For this one, so yeah, I posted a really good article about pink washing, and you can get some information about it if you're interested in learning more about it. It's really quite fascinating. So for me, this is also, my surgery was done September, October. So this was the time where I was healing from surgeries, and life basically sort of took a real, it became real, you know, after the surgeries and all the rest of that stuff. So it became very concrete. So, but like I said, the card making was such a great venue for something to do and to feel useful again and have purpose, and it brought joy and gave me something to look forward to. So it was a crucial thing, and the team that I've now joined are so amazing. So if ever you're looking to be a demonstrator, like I said, they are an amazing bunch of ladies. So I chose this card because when you're going through chemo, it's almost like you're pregnant again. You wake up in the middle of the night with different kinds of cravings and stuff like that. And nighttime is often, when you're going through treatment, you're often up at night. You can't sleep well. You ache. You know, it's hard to sleep when you're in pain. And often, the more tired you are, the less capable you are, you know, your coping strategies and stuff. So I wanted the night because the night is significant to a lot of ladies. So I wanted a card that looked like the night, right? To go with our quiet voice for tomorrow. And then I have this pink ribbon that I'm going to twist and put in behind. Something like that, I thought. That was my thinking for this one. So yeah, so I'm always so very grateful to the people that supported me or continue to support me through all of this. And I always am happy to talk about and share my experiences and all of that stuff. So this month we'll be talking about different facts, myths around breast cancer. And if anyone has any questions specifically or knows of anyone that is going through this and has questions, feel free to message me. I'm going to put it on a bit of an angle, sorry. There. So, and then I put the stamp on the inside. Oh, I got to do this one on the inside. So that is a little bit about my journey, and I was very fortunate. I was diagnosed with the most common type of breast cancer, because my first question was, you know, what about my children, my daughter? Mine was hormone positive, which means that I am on medication to block my estrogen in hopes that it won't feed any other cancerous cells. And the infusion that I'm going for next week is twofold. So the medication I take is really hard on my bones, and it leaches the minerals from my bones. And if I did nothing, I would end up with osteoporosis in 2 years. Like, right? You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. But the infusion helps to infuse the minerals back into my bones, and it's also preventative to try and reduce the risk or reduce the percentages or the chance of me developing metastatic breast cancer. And so I get to do that every 6 months, and the infusion is about 15 minutes to half an hour. And then I usually feel like I have the flu for about 2-3 days, and then I'm right as rain again. So yeah. So thank you so much for joining me this evening. Which ones are your favorites? Did you notice the little black heart? The heart. I thought that was a really cute touch, but that's just me. I know it's a bit of a heavy subject, and I apologize, and I didn't mean to trigger anyone, but I think it's important to share information, because I know before all of this, I thought I knew and understood, but I learned so much more going through it. So that being said, I am doing a fundraiser. So these cards will be available for sale, as well as the other cards. And I'm doing the Total Tidings Christmas cards. Excuse me. If anyone is interested, you get 8 cards, not these ones specifically. You'll get an extra pack of paper, some ribbon, 3 different kinds of ribbon, some gems, and 2 3D projects, all for $40. So, and the proceeds for that will go to supporting metastatic research. So there we go. You like the flower one? The top flower one or the lower flower one? I don't know. They're all different. Thank you all so very, very much for joining me this evening, and for supporting me, and for listening to all of this and all of that good stuff. I'm so very grateful for the community that I have in the village that supports me. I'm so very, very grateful. So thank you all very much. Please stay safe. Check your breasts and your armpits. Don't forget your armpits. And we will see you tomorrow evening. Oh, tomorrow is going to be so much fun. We are doing Boho Indigo. So pretty. So take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.